All right, everybody, this video is going to be on the Flashpaq tuner for my 2000 7.3 Powerstroke, my baby. Now, I made a video about this before, and I was going to show how easy it is to do the tuning of it. Here's actually the one that you want. This is the model number that you want, 1845, the Flashpaq F5. There is a previous version of this, and it's going to be a no-go. It's a no bueno, because from the company they cannot do the tuning upgrade to this thing. One cool version or purpose of this thing or whatever, the cool part is this company is really good about customer service. I am really happy with these guys. When I initially bought this setup, I bought it used off of OfferUp and paid just next to nothing for it, because the guy was selling his truck and he didn't need it anymore, or he didn't want to give it to the next guy or whatever. So I bought it, and he said it was cleared, but it wasn't. It was still attached to his VIN. Once these things are tuned whatever to your VIN, they're attached like vampires and werewolves. They cannot be used unless you contact the company, which I did, and they were so awesome about it that they walked me through it. And yeah, I think the only downside was you can't use a Mac. So I'm gonna do the tune from lowest and the highest, because there's no really point in between. Okay, so everybody's gonna want to see what the high performance is, and I'm gonna be that turd for a little bit and roll coal and show the fuel, because I'm ultimately going for the fuel saver mode, but I know everybody's gonna want to see what the high performance is. So stand by. Okay, so this thing is super easy. This thing just plugs into your OBD2, which is right underneath here, and then it powers on by itself. So if you stand by a second, I'll see if I can't do it. You plug her in, and she automatically powers up. Now, the reason why I made one earlier but didn't post it was because as soon as I plugged it in and did the tune on it, I had a check engine light, and if I'm not mistaken, it was because I was having some issues with it, with that pigtail, which from the other video, if you've seen it, or if you want to go back and check it out, I had to do that pigtail replacement, which is a pretty good learning point for you guys and girls, whether it's a 7.3 or just a Toyota Camry. If you want to see a little wiring done, simple wiring done, it's a good and easy skill if you can get to those wires. And I didn't want to tune this truck or my Excursion unless I had all the engine codes cleared. I didn't want any I just didn't want to thrash the engine, because I've had good luck and bad luck, or just whatever, and I just didn't want to push the envelope here. So this is what we're gonna do. First step, we're gonna hit tune, and then it says press OK, or do not start an engine but turn it on. So this is what we do. You do like count. I'm gonna hit OK. I know my stereo is about to blast right now. So this is what we're gonna do. We have performance, light tow, heavy tow, mileage, excess save, and stock. The one that I'm gonna go for is the mileage excess save, but I'm sure everybody wants to see what the performance is gonna do, because that's just how we do it. So we're gonna hit performance, and it gives you, what you're looking at towing and hauling for a F250, F350, 450, and 550. But we're not gonna be towing anything. I'm just gonna be, giving it a little romp up and down the highway here, and set it back to what I want it to. Just follow the simple instructions. We're going to turn off the ignition, hit OK, waiting for the vehicle to power down. Just wait. Now it's saying to turn it back on. And actually it does it by itself at that point. You just turn it on, and now it's just gonna upload the computer, and the tune is done. The one cool thing about this is when I initially bought this Excursion, it does have its lift that it came with, and it had probably like 31-inch tires, I guess, or just whatever. It had bigger tires on it, and I didn't like how the way it was riding and handling. And I went to a stock tire size, and it wasn't. I don't think it looks too bad on the rig with even with the lift. Doesn't look like I skipped leg day or anything. But this device will help you recalibrate to the speedometer. It'll recalculate your speedometer, and it'll also do. Oh gosh, what else did it say it was going to do? It has a couple other cool functions, but the main thing is the main reason I even bought this in the first place was just to get that fuel saver, because I'm not about hauling heavy loads or speeding down I-5 and all this. I just wanted a good a good running rig. So I'm gonna let that power up, and we'll continue in a moment. 3 hours later. So it went through, so now it's saying turn engine off. Hit OK, waiting for the vehicle to power down. Tuning file installed. OK to continue. So that's it. Now we're just gonna unplug. Excuse me. Okay, we're gonna unplug and then fire her up and see what we got. Okay, so far so good. I don't think it's a great idea if I hold this thing, but I'm gonna try something here anyway. So let's see if I can't do some Vault Explorer ingenuity here. I think that might work. Okay. So we are in beast mode with the Excursion. My seatbelt light keeps acting all ratchet on me. Now, I am not going to be doing any kind of speed racer, F-boy right now, because I just don't roll like that. But I will, do a little romp on it and give it some gas, and we'll just kind of, I'll pretty much giving you just my personal opinion, because all I can do is really just stare at the speedometer and kind of give you a bird's eye of over the steering wheel. So I want to be as transparent as possible. Let's see if I can adjust a little bit. There we go. Okay, from a rolling start at around 15 miles an hour, might get up a little bit faster, because I do not want to mess with the prison here. Don't want to be a resident. Okay, here we go. So we're about at 25. That's a big difference, and it's real smooth too. I was expecting some type of jerkiness, but I guess I would feel that more in the transmission. And I'm no mechanic, so don't beat me over the head with your technical knowledge. But I was expecting neck snap and all this stuff. But the quickness of this thing is actually pretty potent. So, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it as it is. And I get done with my trip here, I'm going to reprogram it for the mile saver and give it a little sauce. See how it compares. Stand by. Okay, so I am at one of my favorite stores, my second favorite store besides Harbor Freight, AutoZone, and had to stop and get some supplies. But same procedure, plug it in, turn the engine on. I'm gonna set it to my mileage excess save. And it's giving you all the specifics here. Is designed specifically for fuel economy. Towing or hauling up to 6,000 pounds is allowed. Well, thank you. And I want to customize. And another thing that I told you that there was some other options this thing has is a speed limiter. This thing is not breaking any kind of speed barrier, so I don't have to worry about that. And there's the tire size function, and I already did that. Building tune. Turn off. Once it's off, hit OK. And it's waiting for it to power down. And then we're going to turn it back on again. Wait for that light to go. It's going to stay on until it starts. And then it automatically starts the program file. So stand by again. So we are back up and running. It's on, so let's do turn ignition off. Hit OK. It's in, so it is tuning file installed. Hit OK to continue. Sorry about that. Okay. And that's pretty much it. If I'm not mistaken. Hold on a second here. No, that's it. So we'll just unplug it. I always wait after I let it start to see if the check engine light comes on, because that is exactly what happened last time, or the first time I did it. But it was because I had those faulty wires, and the wires would touch sometimes, and you know, that was just what kind of clued me into not install the tune the first time. So now I'm just gonna drive home and give you my, again, honest opinion of the mileage saver. So stand by. So first impressions, just pulling away, I do actually notice a difference in lack of, you know, power. So it really tuned it back. And I don't really trust the computer above dash Ouya, but after a full tank, I'll, you know, kind of know, you know, what I'm getting. I doubt it's going to be anything extraordinary, but if I can squeeze a couple more miles per gallon out of this thing, you know, I'm happy with it. Oh yeah, it's taking a lot longer. Oh hey, look, a Jeep. I haven't seen one of those before. Yeah, it's taking a lot longer to reach speed. So yeah, big difference so far. So I'm not on the freeway, or not going to head to the freeway just yet, and you know, kind of see what the computer, you know, says. It's kind of hard. I think that thing is kind of hit and miss, and you got to kind of gauge it off of the miles out of your tank and then how many gallons you put in, and do the, you know, do the math. But my origins of Southern California math isn't always the best, so I just like to see how many just miles I get out of a full tank and kind of go from there. I'm not a I don't think I can get an accurate miles per gallon out of this thing. Even though there's no check engine lights, you know, she still has her quirks, and I am okay with that. I'm not trying to, I mean, I'd love to maintain this rig at 100%, but I think she's running at an optimal 80% at least. So let's see if I can't give it another little squeeze on the juice. Sounds the same, but it just doesn't have the get up and go when I mash on it. So yeah, success. Hope this helps at least one person. Not a whole lot of diesel users out there, but like I said, go with the Flashpaq that I gave you the number for, and I think you'll be quite happy with it. The downside to it is that I know everybody who's got to have a comment about this is going to say, you know, why not just get a programmer and plug it in and, you know, have that constant or on the fly, you know, like program on the fly type thing. But I am a cheap bastard, and honestly, I'm not using this thing as a performance vehicle. You know, it's really an around town and our adventure vehicle. That's pretty much it. So I don't mind taking 5 minutes out of my day to program this thing if I have to. And with that, I will say we are at 475 viewers and slowly growing. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Give us a like and a thumbs up. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.